Guys, it's Natalie. So I wanted to just quickly have a couple videos I'm going to be putting out. One thing I wanted to talk about openly, because it's so funny how people say, different, like matching your vibration, whatever you're free, and that's true. What is interesting is a lot of us have come here to actually bridge and merge a lot of these different energies and civilizations and to also put a stop to some of them. But in order for that to happen, some of us have decided to go on the front lines and actually experience some of that stuff and learn how to deal with some of those aspects. So um, that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about is I am not racist, especially when it comes to different extraterrestrial races, or you can look at the multidimensional aspects of our universe. But to keep it simplified, there is, yes, there is a race of reptilians. Well, that I know about. Like I said, there's many, but there is one that has actually been coming to me for, well, that I've been aware of. Could be happening a lot more as time goes on. I'm hoping that I can get more clarity. But after what has happened this past year, as I'm working my way through things and in the parts of stuff that need to be uncovered, in other words, and more exposed in the government, it's so interesting that in the government, a lot of the reptilians, I'm not saying all of them, because there are some amazing ones out there. There are also some others, just like our human race, that have decided that they would rather, harness our energy. And a lot of them are very sexual. And they realize that that is our life force. And so they are parasites. They feed off of that. And there's, like I said, there's more than one. I'm just talking about one right now. Now, the specific race that I'm still trying to figure more out about has been coming to me in many of my lucid dreams and my dream state period, and once in my astrals, one time when I was in the astrals. And what they are doing right now, and what I've noticed, or I don't, they could be doing it for a while, but what I'm more aware of now, more as I'm waking up, is that I'm more conscious, of course. So when I get out of those states, or when I wake up or whatever, I remember things a lot more vividly now, as I've been working on myself more. Things are a lot more clear. And I've agreed to this, so I'm aware of that. I'm not completely complaining about it, not any of that. So, because we've got to realize what's there in order to clear it out. So we've got to get it out on the table. So I guess I just volunteered, decided, yeah, let's do this, and try and see if we can bridge some stuff. And others, they're not going to agree to it, and that's their choice. But that's partly why I'm here. I communicate those bridges, those energies. So anyway, so this one group has been really on me lately about stealing my sexual energy and harnessing it for harvest. So a lot of you that are experiencing, and like I said, I'm going to do more on this, but I just wanted to do an introduction of what I'm experiencing. Many times they've come to me and they've used holographs, they've used, for backgrounds. I had one lucid dream where I was laying in my bed and I was literally, it was like sleep paralysis. I could not move. Even when I was coming out of that dream state or whatever, where I was already aware, I still, could not move. I was trying to wake myself up. I could not. It would not allow me to. And so I had some type of gray alien on one side and one on the other that were holding my arms back, and I was in bed and everything, and they gave this holographic projection Like I said, I still don't know, if they're involved with the government or certain aspects of the military. I don't know that yet. I only know what I'm experiencing. I'm not going to put any indentation on any of this. So in front of me, in front of my bed, there was this, it seemed human, but at the same time, there was like this holographic layover projection um, of what a human is, but behind it was a reptilian. And so they put a holographic projection of a woman, which is funny. It was a woman. I'm straight, uh, but I love women's bodies. I think they're beautiful, but that's besides the point. Um, so a holographic projection with this woman, and then trying to get me. They were using some sort of energy to pull my to get me to release, in other words, that block. And I kept turning over and I kept hissing like a cat. It was really funny. I kept like trying to like just, I don't even know what I was trying. I was just hissing. I kept like hissing at them to leave me alone like a cat would. And I do have some leering and feline energies within me. So I'm sure that that's what was coming out of me, I'm assuming. So we've got these beings on the side of me holding my arms, and they weren't holding them hard. It was almost like they used an energy to make it so I could not move. And so they were just being extra precautious because I really was trying to fight. When I don't want to do something, I will fight as hard as I can. And then like right in front of my bed, there was that projection that they laid over a reptilian. And so I fought and fought and fought. And then I got to the point where I couldn't fight anymore. And I was exhausted. And so then I just literally just gave in. It was like the energy down in my sacral chakra was so intense. And so it was like I automatically just gave in. I couldn't fight it anymore. And I remember my body being pulled out. Well, not my body, my astral body, my energy body pulling away from my physical at that point. And I was in front of this being, and it turned reptilian. It was a woman, but then it turned reptilian, and there was a man there as well. It was like they were trying to get me turned on or something, or get my energies moving, to where the temptation was going to be too much for me. Getting that energy going. I am aware of how much I work on my sexual energy, my life force. I know about it. And so they know the accumulation of that can be very powerful when you are working on that and aware of that. And so they really, yeah, I literally just went up to this being in my energetic body, and it was almost like we were connecting like sexually. And sorry if you guys don't want to hear this, but I have to be truthful. So, but it was like the energies were merging. And so it wasn't like this physical, like how we do it in the physical. It was more of an energetic. It's like they got me, so wound up. And then it was like when I went up to this being, it was like we didn't touch physically or anything. It was like my energetic body was there, and it just released and merged with this other entity or being or whatever it was. And there's so many people in the, like this is and this, you know what, you guys, there's been a lot going on, and I go into really deep, dark places, but I also go to very, if you want to call it high, we can label it as high, low, in, out, whatever you want to call it. I go to different ends, and my intentions are never to, it's the reason I'm going in there is to clear stuff out. So I want to be clear on that. But I need to be honest and tell you guys, because this is why I'm here. I'm here to experience stuff and go through it myself and explain to people what I'm experiencing, so we can all work together on clearing a lot of this out and working it out and everything. So anyway, that was one of my experiences with some reptilians and grays. And like I said, I don't know if they have to do, if they're with the government or what. I have no idea. But thought I'd share it with you guys. Talk to you later. Mwah.